Yay, recording. So welcome to our team call March 22nd. Spring is here. All right, so let's get on and pop in so we can respect everyone's time. All right, so I first want to start, always want to start with some shout outs. You guys were busy while I was on the cruise. And if for whatever reason, like you can't hear me well or the screen goes weird, like please unmute yourself and let me know so I don't keep blabbing away. All right, so first, those of you who have already achieved Success Club, Carla Stewart, 20. You and your husband are rocking it, girl. Shirley, 11. Briseida's at 10. Eva Gonzalez, Nayeli are both at 8. Casey Miller, 9. Claudia Chavez, 8. Laura Garcia, 6. Nancy Newkirk, I believe that's how you say it, 7. Tabby, 6. Carrie Wood, 6. Joyce, 7. Julieta Ansueto, 6. But truly 12 because she's the one that runs her son's account and her husband's account, I think. Too much to keep up with. But congrats, guys. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus the rest of today, 10 days left in the month. That is tons of time. You guys can make it happen. Especially, I'll just spill all over myself. Especially if you were at 4, like Cindy, Yvonne, Yadira, Brianna, Claudia Orduna, Esteph, Elizabeth. You guys are all at Success Club 4, Veronica Villarreal, Janet Gonzalez. You guys are at 4. If you've already changed 2 lives this month, there is no way, no possible way you can't change 1 more life. Definitely doable, especially with so many days left. I say there's a lot of days left because there is, and I've seen crazier things happen in 10 days. But don't leave it till the last day because it never fails. On that last day, everyone's like running around with their heads cut off, trying to get those last couple of points. And then it's not uncommon for there to be glitches in the system because everyone's trying to get their customers set up that the website crashes. It almost never fails. So if you possibly can, pretend that the 30th is the last day versus the 31st. And if you get any on the 31st, that's just bonus. But don't wait to the absolutely last day, especially not like the last hour. And always keep in mind, Beachbody goes by Eastern time. So it's 12 p.m. or 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, which means that's 10:59 Central time, which means that's 8:59 Pacific time. So they're down to the very minute. If you go past 1 minute, it won't count. It'll count for the next day. And trust me, I've been on the phone with Beachbody lots of times because of this issue. So don't wait to the very last second, the very last hour. Get those points in. But congrats to all of you who have already hit Success Club, which means you have changed lives, of course. We all know this. And guys, if you have hit Success Club last month, or especially if you hit it last month, you can do it again this month. Like, I understand there's months that are going to be harder than others, for sure, always. But here's the thing, if you did it once, you know the actions needed, you know what it takes, you know what you need to do daily to make it happen again, and then again, and then again, and then you just keep doing those daily habits every single day, and it happens every single month. For me, I believe, I don't know, this is like my, I don't know, I haven't looked, like maybe like my 30-something consecutive month. Like, I've hit Success Club for the past 3 years, ever since I signed up. I've never missed a month. Why? Because when I signed on, I told myself, I'm gonna make this non-negotiable. No matter what happens in my life, in my business, I am always going to change at least 3 lives. And there were times in my first year that happened on the last day of the last hour. And here I am preaching to you guys about not doing that. But I made it happen. I've never missed it. And honestly, I feel like that's been a huge part of our team's success, of why I've been able to be home and why I am where I am, because of Success Club, because I've never missed any month. Okay. So I would say thank you to all of you guys who stepped up and helped while I was on the cruise. I used to freak out. I guess there's a teacher in me. I used to freak out about like taking trips, especially if I didn't know like the internet connection was going to be like glitchy. But now like I really don't worry because all of you, most of you are in my challenge groups, and then you guys help each other so much, and I can't thank you enough for that, especially Casey, who helped me run the Coach Basics while I was out. Julieta helped me run the Spanish Coach Basics. Joy stepped up even though she was scared of doing it and helped me run the 5-day clean eating group. And then Laura and Rachel hosted the team call, which I know all of this was scary for all of you guys who helped, but thank you for stepping up. Truly appreciate it. And then thanks to all of you. I saw all of you like helping each other, answer each other's questions when I could pop in here and there. And so really, really do appreciate it. And I love it because we are so much stronger together, and we can learn so much more from each other than just one person. But thanks. Okay, so I actually had what I asked you guys if you wanted me to cover anything or you had any questions, and I actually had someone message me. This is a brand new diamond. She just went diamond, I believe, last month, which I thought it was really, really good for her to bring it up because there's lots of you who are new diamonds. So exciting. Speaking of which, Rachel Melendez went diamond while I was on the cruise on that day. Yay! And then I have a few of you who are like seconds away from hitting diamond. And while I say that, while I'm on that topic really quick, I know we're always like diamond, and we put diamonds on diamond on this pedestal because it is exciting and it is such an amazing recognition. But honestly, the magic doesn't happen at diamond. So those of you who are just brand new diamonds, who are close to diamonds, I want you to think way above that. You get to diamond, we celebrate you, yeah. You get a shirt, you get some goodies, and then you got to move on to the next goal, right? 1-star diamond, 2-star diamonds, because honestly, nothing truly happens, nothing big happens at diamond. So don't focus just on getting to diamond and then letting go of the gas pedal. And I say that because I've seen it tons of times. Coaches work so hard to get to diamond, and they get there and they fall. And they fall, and then some of them never come back to diamond. It's like they just got there like, and they're like, just gave up on life. I'm like, what? Like, you worked so hard to get here. What's the deal? So diamond is definitely just the beginning. Okay, but anyways, this person had a question about leadership, which I think is really, really important question. She was just voicing her concern. She's a brand new diamond. That means she's a brand new leader. And she says that she feels lost sometimes being a leader. She feels lost. She feels like she's not sure what she's doing, or she's not sure that she's leading her team correctly. And so she needed some help with that. And so the first thing I'm going to say is personal development always. In anything that you're struggling with, whether it be confidence, whether it be getting out of your comfort zone, whether it be being a better leader, whatever it is that you're struggling in, personal development, hands down, always. That's where I've learned a lot of what I've learned. I mean, I still have so much to learn. But anyways, one of my favorite authors for leadership is John C. Maxwell. I've read this book right here. It's the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. It was great. Developing the leader within you, I've heard it's great. Leadership 101 is great. If you just Google top books in leadership, you will get tons of books that come out. But John C. Maxwell is definitely one of my favorite. So look into that for sure. And even if you're not there yet at a leadership position, which honestly, if you have just one coach under you, you are a leader. It's definitely good to better yourself in this aspect. And I love it because it doesn't apply just to Beachbody. Being a leader applies to all aspects of our life. I honestly wish when I was a teacher that I would have done personal development. I mean, not bragging on myself, but I feel like I was a pretty good teacher, but oh my God, so much personal development. Anyways, that's beyond the point. It applies to all aspects of your life, right? Like in your regular 9-to-5s, at home, like if you're a parent, leadership comes in handy in so many aspects of your life. So that's one. And another thing I will say is that feeling lost and feeling like you're not a good leader is so normal. It's gonna happen. Like, I've never been a parent, but I've been a teacher, and I feel like parenting and teacher have some similarities. And I compare it to a lot when I was a teacher. There was days when I felt like I was an amazing teacher, like Teacher of the Year award. And there was days where I felt like, oh my God, someone come and take my certification away. Same thing with being a leader in Beachbody. There's days where I feel awesome, like I'm doing a great job. And there's days where I feel like I'm the shittiest leader. I'm sorry, there's any kids. The worst leader on the whole Beachbody teams. It's just the way it is. And honestly, the way you're gonna get better is if you take it upon yourself to do things like personal development with leadership, and you're going to grow the more that, because you're gonna grow with the more time, the more you're gonna grow. And I feel like leadership is one of those things where you grow the most and you learn the most as you come across obstacles or questions or problems. That's when you learn the most. So first of all, don't beat yourself up. Leadership is hard. It's kind of like parenting and being a teacher. It's hard. It is hard. And then also something that helped me, honestly, was having daily mentors. The funny thing is my mentors, they have no idea who I am. It's like Darren Hardy is one of my favorites. He is in my ear every single day. And I've made sacrifices to see him live twice already. Another one you guys know is Les Brown, Joe Osteen. So a mentor doesn't have to be someone that you actually know. A mentor just can be anyone that you respect and that their words and they just help you. So have a mentor and listen to that mentor every single day. I mean, if it can be someone you know, great, but it's not always that way. I know a lot of people think like your upline is your mentor. My upline has never been my mentor. I mean, she's helped me a lot tremendously, but I don't consider her necessarily my mentor. I consider more of the people that I do personal development with my mentors. Also, surround yourself with great leaders. So another thing that I would do is I would stalk people from Beachbody that I admire, like Scotty Hobbs, Melanie Mitro, Anita Myron, just that I admired and I looked up to. And so I would stalk them on Facebook, on YouTube. I would like sit there and just watch their YouTube videos all day, because you start to, even though they're not right in front of your face, you can learn so much that way as well. And then live events, surrounding yourself again with like-minded people, with mentors, Super Saturdays, summits. Summit is an amazing place to surround yourself with mentors, or surround yourself with mentors, but with other great leaders or other people that you aspire to be. And then, also I was going to mention something really, really important that I learned in the beginning, especially for new leaders, new diamonds, new leaders. You still want to dedicate 80%, if not more, of your time to your own business. 80%. That means don't stop doing what you're doing. This is also something that I've seen. I've seen coaches get to diamond and they're like, oh my gosh, like I'm a leader now. I have to do like coach faces and I have to do team calls and I have to do all this. And what happens is that they get so focused on now being a leader that they stop recruiting, they stop hitting Success Club, they stop signing coaches, they stop doing their vital behaviors, and their business crumbles. Don't do that. Your business, it's still 80% of your time should be focused on your power of threes, your personal development, your workouts, your recruiting, your hitting Success Club. You can't help anyone if you're gonna be a sucky leader. The best way to lead is to lead by example. If you go above and beyond, your team will eventually go above and beyond. If you are the bare minimum, like you barely get by, your team is going to be a bare minimum team that barely gets by. If you never do scary things that get you out of your comfort zone, your team is never going to do scary things that get you out of your comfort zone. You are the leader. You set the bar. You set the pace. And not everyone's going to follow in the beginning. Trust me, this is a hard lesson for me to learn, because I'm like, I'm so great. Like everyone should be following me in Hitting Success Club. Nope, it's not going to happen. In the beginning, it's almost just going to be you. With time, almost. There are exceptions to the rules. You get like rock stars on your team. Most of the time. Eventually, if you keep being an amazing leader, if you keep leading from the front, then your team will start to follow. The frustrating part, and I get it because I've been there and I still get a little frustrated sometimes. Frustrating part is being patient. You got to meet your coaches where they are at. If your coaches are not ready yet to see the bigger picture and to hit the ground running, you can't force them. In my first year, I spent a lot of my time pulling people. It was so draining. It sucked the fun out of this business because I wanted their success more than they wanted it. I was pulling and pulling and pulling, and I'm like, come on, like I'm hitting Success Club. I'm signing coaches, like, why aren't you guys doing it? And that was just draining for me. That was just exhausting. And what happened to me also is that I was so focused on those few coaches that I had that I stopped focusing on recruiting. And this sounds a little ugly just because I know this is a business building, people business, right? We're not numbers, we're not stars, we're not diamonds, we're people. But Danielle told me this once. It's easier, or what'd she say? It's harder to try to like relive the dead. It's easier to just bring on new blood. So you got to keep recruiting. Yes, work with those who are willing to work with you. Those who meet your energy, right? If someone gives you 40%, you give them 40%. If someone gives you 5%, you give them 5%. If someone gives you 100%, you take that person and you run with them. Only if that person is ready. You're gonna have people that say they're ready. Their actions are gonna put other. I had also parlay. I now one-on-one calls with people who I see show up. Like if you come around here and there, and then like you want a call with me, I'm gonna be a little hesitant to give you my time because I have people who have shown up every day who deserve my time. So think of it that way. Who deserves your time and who doesn't? And those who don't, it's not that they don't deserve your time, but they need you in other ways. Like maybe they just need you as their coach right now to cheer them on, to help them lose weight, to help them stay accountable. And that's okay. You got to meet people where they're at. That's perfectly okay. Like if you're one of my rock stars, I love you. If you're one of my coaches who wants nothing to do with the business and you just need me to coach you and motivate you and cheer you on, I love you too. But I know where my energy is going to go for the most part, right? So keep that in mind. And I know that's hard, especially in the beginning, because you fall in love with your coaches, right? They're like your friends, and of course, and you want it so bad for them, but trust me, you just got to know that 80% needs to be on your business. And I was reading, Jim Rohn is also one of my favorite mentors. Jim Rohn said, what did he say? I forget, but it was amazing when he said it. It kind of snapped into me. He said something like, of your team, like only 20% of your team deserves your time or something like that. I forget. Anyways, with that being said too, you as the leader, if you show up at Super Saturdays, your coaches will start to show up for Super Saturdays. If you register for Success Club trips or any kind of trips, your coaches would do the same. If you're at Summit, your coaches would start to Summit. Example, my first Super Saturdays, Super Sundays, I want to say like the first 4, I was by myself. I knew no one. I would sit in the back with my little journal and I would just go. I didn't want to go by myself, but I knew live events were crucial because I stalk successful coaches, and all successful coaches say, get your butts to live events. I'm like, all right. I kept going. Now, guys, those of you who are in Dallas, we have rows. Like I get to Super Saturday and I have to save like 4 or 5 rows for our teams. That's just in Dallas. When I would just show up by myself, right? It took time, but sooner or later your coaches start to follow. Same thing with Summit. My first Summit, I had 1 coach go with me. My second Summit, what did we have? Like 8 of us go. This Summit, I don't know, like a lot more. Same for my first Success Club trip. I was an emerald. I knew no one. I was scared to death. I went. The second one, I still went by myself. This last one, Anna went with me. And you get the ball going, coaches start to follow. All right. Okay, now everyone will be ready. So you got to meet them where they're at. I wrote a few notes down. Yeah, and just keep recruiting. You always have to remember that. again, yes, work with those who are willing to work, but never forget that you still need to build a team. You still need to keep growing. And again, if they see you recruiting, hitting Success Club, not just the bare minimum 6, I know, that's great, yay. But again, if you want to beyond, what is it called? Beyond exceeds team, you got to set the bar high. You are the one who sets the bar high. Oh, another example and another I wanted to share with you guys. In the beginning, it is hard. You feel like you're talking to crickets. I don't know if Cindy's on the call, but Cindy was one of my first coaches. Guys, when I opened up our Team Living Fit group, there was like 5 of us, and it was always just me. Like me posting and posting. No one would comment. Maybe Cindy would like 1 or 2 because she's a sweetheart. And that happened for like, I don't know, maybe 6 months. Like it was just me, but I was persistent. I was consistent. I imagined that I was talking to a football stadium. Our first couple of team calls, it was like 3 or 5 of us on them. On some days, it was just like me and Cindy maybe, right? And that took time, and that's the hard part because you're like, oh my God, I suck so bad. But if you keep showing up, if you are consistent, your coaches will start to follow. Always remember that. It might take longer than you want. It's frustrating. It takes a lot of patience, right? Kind of like teaching and parenting, but you just keep at it, I promise you. And honestly, in the beginning, when you have such a small team, you're just sharing what you've learned, right? You're being transparent. You're sharing everything that you're doing. And that's one thing that I would do in the beginning. I still try to do that here and there when I remember. You show them like, look, I wake up, I do personal development, I do my power of 3, I invite, I do follow-ups, and you post that in your team groups every day, so that you are duplicatable. So your coaches know, oh, that's all she does? I can do that. Excuse me. And they know, like if they see you hitting Success Club, they're gonna know why, because of everything you've been sharing with them. Keep sharing. I know there's days where you're like really like not even 1 like. I promise you they're watching, and when they're ready, they will start to follow. That's it. That's all I was going to have on that. And then just last thing is pass on good habits that you've learned. Again, when you're a brand new leader, it's easier when your team is smaller because you could just be more, sorry, having issues over here. Just pass on good habits, pass on what you've learned, pass on what you're learning, pass on information. That's all they need. And again, love them where they're at, meet them where they're at, run with those who are ready to run, walk with those who want to walk, sit with those who need to sit. You match their energy. Do not ever pull anyone. You lead people and they will follow. Okay, now I just wanted to, if you guys follow me on social media or you follow any coach who's on the cruise, I hope you got inspired. But honestly, everything you saw on social media doesn't compare. Like the actual trips are like 10 times, 100 times better. And it's not even about the trips. Like honestly, we could have gone to like Galveston. If you live in Texas, you know Galveston. It's a dirty, is it lake or something? Anyways, the point is we can go anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's cruise, if it's Punta Cana, if it's whatever. It's the people. It's the relationships. This was my 3rd trip. My first one was also a cruise. My second one was Cancun, and this 3rd one was also another cruise. You honestly don't ever experience truly what Beachbody signifies and what Beachbody means until you get to one of these Success Club trips. Like, they're just amazing. Again, it's not even what you get to do. It's not even where you get to go. It's the relationships you build. Like, you fall in love with these people. You really, really like bond with these people and you fall in love and you create these relationships and you come home and it's like you're still best friends. It's just incredible. And I posted last week, if you truly believe in yourself, guys, sign up for these trips. I know you have to put skin in the games because it requires a deposit, but this is how I see it. If you don't put skin in the game, if you're not even willing to register, that is sending out a message to the universe, to God, whatever you believe in, that you don't believe in yourself. If you don't register, if you're like, oh, I'm too scared, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? And if you don't do it, you don't truly believe that you have what it takes to get to these trips. And that's absurd. Like, if I can go, if Anna can go, if any people in these pictures can go, why not you? No one is more special than anyone. No one is smarter than anyone. No one is more successful maybe. But no one is smarter. No one is prettier. No one is thinner. No one is nothing. If you truly want to get to one of these trips, you will sign up. You will work your ass off. You will hustle. You will do whatever the heck it takes to do, and you will get there. Like, unless you truly don't want to go. Of course, that's something different. I'm talking to those of you, and I know there was a lot of you, whenever it was time to sign up for Punta Cana for next year, a lot of you were scared. You're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can hit Success Club every month. Like, stop doubting yourself. When you doubt yourself, you send out that message in the universe. I'm a strong believer of that. Like, speak positive about yourself. Believe in yourself. Wake up every day like, I'm going to hit Success Club every month. I'm getting myself to that trip because I'm going to do it. Non-negotiable. I would do whatever it takes. Like, honestly, in this business, and I feel like in anything in life, you don't have to be the smartest or anything else, but if you can outwork people, if you can out-hustle people, you can be the best. You can be just as good or even better than anyone else. All it takes is hard freaking work. Yes, it does. Hustle, heart, passion. Don't miss these trips. Like, they are incredible. And with that being said, I don't know if Anna is on the car. We're on a tangent there, guys. Yeah, she is. I've asked Anna to share a little bit because it was her first Success Club trip. And I just wanted her to share whatever she wanted her to share about. Take it away, Anna.
Okay. Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anna. And, well, first of all, thank you, Letty, for inviting me to talk about the highlights I got from the trip. And before I do share the highlights, though, I wanted to tell you a little bit about me. I signed up to be a coach a little over a year ago, back in September. And I had been a coach for 3 months, when I decided to sign up for the Success Club trip. It was January, and the trip opportunity came up, and I talked to my husband, and I talked to Letty. I was like, should I do it? Should I do it? I did ask myself once, should I do it? And then I had my husband's support, and he's like, if you believe in yourself, if you can hit Success Club, Letty too. I was like, I'm going to do it. So I did it. I put in those $300 for the deposit. It's not a deposit. Well, whatever it is, the $300 to sign up. And I did it. And I told myself, I'm going to do it. And I hit Success Club that first January. I hit Success Club 18, I remember. And I hit Success Club 10 the following month. And I kept going, and I remember it was April when I saw Leticia and everyone else go to Cancun. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are having a blast. I need to go to this trip. So I kept going. And of course, like Leti said, you have your months that you lose that motivation. It was about May when I was like, oh my gosh, I'm at Success Club. I didn't hit Success Club this month, or I'm not going to hit Success Club. And finally, I kept thinking about, I believed in myself then. I'm going to continue to believe in myself. So I did that. I continued on. And the point of me telling you this is, I was only 3 months in the coaching business. I had no clue. I was new. And I decided to do it. And the point is for you to really register for that. Like she said, don't doubt yourself. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. I did it. And even though I hit Success Club from January to October, I didn't hit Success Club November, December. Well, because I lost motivation, but even at that, they didn't kick me out. I had earned the money I needed for the cruise, and I did it. But overall, I want you to really register for that. For whatever trip, whatever it is, do it. Go for it. If I did it, I went with Letty, and, I'm going to keep going. I'm really going to go for this the next year. I'm on the waiting list, but I'm going to go. And, my highlights for this trip was my first highlight, the biggest one of all, is personally, I have never been on a cruise, and I know a lot of you may have, but this was my very first one. Unfortunately, my husband couldn't go with me. I took my younger brother with me, which was, he's a big old social butterfly, so he got along great. And but one of the biggest highlights was that everyone on this cruise ship we were over 5,000 people. I think it was like 6,000 people. And everyone was so kind. I mean, if you've been on a cruise before, I'm sure you've seen the lines to getting in, the buffet lines, the elevator is so crowded, and everyone is so genuinely nice. Everyone is kind. They ask you where you're from, the elevator. There's no awkward silence. There's no arguing. Like, if someone cuts in front of you, everyone just was so kind. That really, I was shocked by that, because you're used to going somewhere and you hear people arguing or you want to get there first, but no, that really blew my mind how everyone was so kind. There's that positivity from everyone, that enthusiasm from everyone around you. Another highlight was every morning, wake up and you work out with celebrity trainers. I mean, that's amazing. You see these people you follow them on Instagram, on Facebook, you see them on your DVDs, on your workouts, and it's incredible to just see them and work out in person with them. And then what better than to be on a cruise ship in the middle of the Caribbean Sea and just seeing the sunrise. That was an amazing highlight too. Also, I was very intimidated to go. I didn't feel like I meant to be on that cruise, because I'm not a high ranked coach or whatever. I was very intimidated. I didn't have my husband with me, who's my pillar to, if I'm insecure, I'm with him. So taking my brother did help, because like I said, he's a social butterfly, but I also got to meet so many people, and that intimidation, just, I let it go. I let it free, because everyone is so kind. You get to see like Scotty Hobbs, I saw Melanie Mitro, and everyone's just so kind, so genuine. So they're free to take pictures with you. They talk to you. They want to give you advice. And I saw them and I was like, if they're this way, I can get there. I can be there. So that was a huge highlight. Also, I came back with, like I said earlier, you do lose motivation. There's months, and I know January and February I lost motivation. But after this trip, I told myself, there's no way I'm missing out on another one. I am going. I'm going to hit Success Club. I am going to try my best, and this time I'm going to take my husband, and my brother wants to go with me, and he even wants to be a coach too. He was like, so what's the Shakeology about that you talk about? So he's all into it now. He's a bartender. He knows nothing about like supplements or working out, and he's all excited about that. So hopefully, I uploaded a picture. Side note, I uploaded a picture earlier of the Shakeology, and he's like, that pretty little cup. I'm so thankful for that pretty little cup. I can't wait for next year. So hopefully I sign him up. But anyway, so I came back thinking I am going to go, but I am not only going to attend this trip. I want to be part of the exclusive events. There's exclusive events like Leticia went to the sneak peek to Country Heat, the new workout from Autumn. And, they're for elites, for 5 or above star diamond coaches. And I want to be able to go to that, not just attend a trip, but go to that, aim higher. So that's what I came back with. But overall, it was mind-blowing, and how Beachbody really rewards us for the hard work, for staying committed, and for staying disciplined. So that's mainly it. That's all we have to do. Work hard, stay committed, stay disciplined. But anyway, those are my highlights. I had a blast, and like Leticia said, there's no words to really describe all of this, what it is. I still think back, I look at the pictures, and it's amazing. I got so close to so many of you. But yeah, so y'all need to sign up, do it. Don't be afraid. Any live event. This has nothing to do with the cruise, but yesterday I signed up to be to go to Insanity certification. So that's another thing I wanted to do. So anyway, just go for it. Don't be scared. Don't doubt on yourself. Just do it. Okay. That's all. I don't know if you have anything else to say, Leticia.
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
sorry, I muted you before. I just wanted Anna to share her perspective on it. And she's so right. Like, you get there and you see, like, these people that you have on this pedestal, and they're just regular people, right? Like, they're playing with their kids, and they're, like, having, like, you know, a kid here and a kid there. Like, oh, like, she's normal, right? Like, you get to see people, like, normal. And that's good, because I was like Anna, too. When I went on my first one, I'm like, well, heck, she's normal. Like, she's a normal human being. I can do what she does. And I told Anna when we were on the cruise, my first cruise, I believe I was an emerald. Maybe I had just turned diamond. And then so I said, the next Success Club trip, I want to come back a different rank. And I did. At Cancun, I was 2-star. In this cruise, I'm a 5-star. And so it really just kind of just helps you set the bar up high for yourself. You see that everyone who is like the superstar diamond, millionaire club, whatever, they're just normal people like you and I. And if a normal person is able to accomplish it, we can too. And yeah, and Anna's brother Raul fell in love with us in Beachbody. So see, even people who aren't even coaches, they fall in love with Beachbody. That's another thing. If you have a spouse who maybe is not as involved with Beachbody, take them on a Beachbody trip or any live events, but definitely a Success Club trip. It will change their mind. Adam was always very supportive of me in Beachbody, but when he went on that first cruise, he was sold. Like, he's like, what do you want me to do? Who do you want me to sell stuff to? Like, it just opens up. It's hard to explain what you experience, but that's another reason. Like, if you have a spouse who is supportive but maybe sometimes gives you a hard time, take them on a trip. Oh, it will completely change the way they think about Beachbody. And it's because they see real people, and they see what we stand for, and they see how we support each other. Like, they just see it in real life, and they're able to understand it more versus us just always saying, like, yeah, we change lives, blah, blah, blah. They're like, yeah. I think a lot of times they need more concrete, evidence. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so with that being said, guys, Super Saturday is coming up. Super Saturday, Super Sunday, Super Friday, whatever the heck it is in your area, get to a live event. If you ask any successful coach in this network, they will tell you that they have made the sacrifices. And I say sacrifices because it is a sacrifice for a lot of us to get to live events. Even though I'm considered to be in Dallas, our Super Saturday is an hour away, a 2-hour commute, not that bad. There's people who drive 4 or 5 hours. There's Julieta, who comes from Alaska to Dallas. It is a sacrifice. Success is never convenient. It's never going to be when you have free time. It's never going to be down the street. No, it's going to be where you have to juggle things. You have to get a sitter. You have to cancel maybe one soccer practice. You have to cancel maybe one event. And you have to drive, or you have to get on a plane. It requires sacrifices. But you got to make those sacrifices if you truly want to succeed in this business. Super easy to find a Super Saturday. For those of you who don't know where there is one near you, you just go to Google, right? GTS, Google that ish, and you just type in Beachbody Super Saturday 2016. I Google everything. Boom, first option right there. It brings you to this, blah, blah, blah. I believe it's a map. You can do this on your own time, but it says click here to register. It gives you a map. If you want in English and Spanish, if you want where in the United States do you want it. Look at all these Super Saturdays and Super Sundays or whatever the heck they are. And they tell you which one is the nearest near you. Again, it might be not that near. It might require a few driving. Whatever the hell the sacrifices require, make them happen, get to one. If you're going alone, that's fine. Again, I went alone to my first 4 or 5. I met friends there. You make friends. Everyone is coaches there. They'll make you feel so comfortable. If you've ever been to one on your own, they'll make you feel comfortable. You'll feel right at home. I mean, they're all Beachbody coaches, like-minded, motivating, Shakeology drinking, workout freaks, right? Like, we're all the same. So don't be intimidated at all. Whoa. I need tablets Thursday in my life. Okay, what did I do? Here we go. So it's coming up the weekend of April 2nd and April 3rd. Here in Dallas, it's going to be April 3rd. In Dallas, we always have Super Sundays. And I'm super excited, those of you who haven't seen here for Dallas, we're actually going to have our first Dallas Goes Bilingual. So if you are bilingual, I'm going to need your support. This is going to happen. We're all going to meet together. We're going to do the recognitions, emerald diamonds. And then what's going to happen is that we're going to split. The bilingual people are going to go in another room. And there I will host it. Julieta is going to be one of our speakers. And we're going to have Carlos. He's from the Latino Market Counts, Latino Beachbody Corporate. I think that's it. And we're gonna have Spanish training, and then the Beachbody video is gonna be subtitled in Spanish, and then we're all gonna meet up again for the workout. Super exciting. It's gonna be bilingual. We're really trying to spread that Latino market here in Dallas. But anyways, get to a live event. Hopefully most of you, if not all of you, already registered an event. Again, if it scares you, good. It's supposed to scare you. Remember, when you have a team, which will be soon, they will do scary stuff if you do scary stuff. They will go to live events if you go to live events. All right, so the huge announcement on the cruise, and you guys should all already know which country heat. It's coming out in July. I don't know the exact date. You can go find it in the back office. I got the chance to preview it. It's fun. It's very different from size, just because I feel like size, you do have to have a little rhythm because it's more like choreographed and like you gotta know what you're doing. I thought size was hard. I had good results and I did it, but I don't love it because my body does not move like that. But country heat is line dancing, right? Like Carl Dackler said, it's like walking, what does he say? Walking sideways or whatever. Once you get like the moves down, it's line dancing. It's fun, it's easy, and it is going to be country. So that will be fun and exciting if you make it fun and exciting. So definitely, I'm sure the preview will be on demand here pretty soon. And I just added a little tidbit here. You know, always be in the know. If you're one of those persons that feel like you hear the news, like you're the last person on the earth to hear about country here. You're like, what? Like, what is he talking about? You're not in the know. You gotta stay in the know. Check the back office every single day, the FAQ, the back office under the upcoming news or whatever it says on there. Follow Carl Dackler, our CEO. And then there is a Team Beachbody Coach 411 page where they share all kinds of this information. That makes sense, all kinds of this information. But always be sure you're staying in the know, and then making a priority to check in on our Team Living Fit group page or group. Again, just staying in the know, staying on top of things. It just makes you feel better, makes you feel like you're more prepared, and it just makes you a better leader, a better coach. And the last thing that I'm freaking excited about is Beachbody On Demand is now an app if you have Apple. And one cool thing about it, one cool feature is that you're able to download 7 workouts. Let's just say you're going out of town. You don't know if you're going to have internet connection, Wi-Fi connection. You can download 7 different workouts to your phone as long as you have the memory, and they will be on your phone so that you can access them once you get to wherever you need to get if you don't have any Wi-Fi connection. That's exciting. That's pretty cool. I hope you're talking about on demand in your challenge groups. I know I make it a priority now to talk more about on demand in my challenge groups. To motivate my challengers to get on demand. It truly is awesome, especially now with the Challenge the George, you know, the daily challenges. If you're doing them, if you're talking about them, make sure you're sharing all of this information with your challengers. All right, team, that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions? And if you're new on the team call, welcome to your first team call. I always forget to say that in the beginning. If there's any new faces on here, welcome. And congrats on being on here. You're new and you hop on a team call. Like, dude, that's awesome. So no one has questions. No one has comments. Everyone's A-okay. Awesome. Thanks for being on. Thanks for sacrificing some of your time with me. Everyone get registered for Super Saturday. Let's change lives. There's 10 days left, guys. We can do this. Love you guys. Thanks for being on.